Ooh.
I can't
21.
hear the music.
What? Can you not hear
I
it?
can't hear the music.
Oh, I'll turn it up a little bit. No worries. Can you hear it now?
It's not music, it's just creepy.
I hear it. I thought it was an airplane.
Ah, gotcha. I can I'll change it. I'll swatch
Oh,
it.
it's good. You made it louder, and I was like, man, that airplane's
Oh yeah.
real low.
Yeah, this is actually literally called the moon. This is the moon's theme from Inscription. So I thought it was very fitting. Yes. So this. So Glim, yes, you had actually a really good perception check. You hear more rustling out in the woods that you can't see a source from, but it sounds you're not certain, but it sounds large enough to be from a person of some form or another. And while you're listening to that, this werebear goes up onto its hind legs, pulls out a great sword very much similar to your own, but as it gets pulled and the moon kind of shifts into further into the sky to have the moonlight come down on this entire opening, you see the glinting of this sword mirroring that sort of shine, as if it's been blessed by the moon itself, and pulls out this great sword that seems sized for him as a werebear, and proceeds to No, you're not supposed to get that immediately. No, cat. Yes, though. So has this greatsword and is going to shoulder check Glim to start off with, trying to do a shove action. So that's going to be opposed athletics, I believe.
Alright, good thing I'm raging.
Good thing you are raging, indeed.
Let the rage consume you.
19. Nope, 20.
20. Cool. So you just take the shoulder check, no problem. Like, you...
Is this also something you would add the D4 to? I just wanted to double check and remind people about plus.
No.
Okay.
No, this is a skill check, not a saving throw.
Okay.
But good point. Alright, so that happens. And after it sees that, where, like, you get pushed back, but your feet just kind of hold into... just kind of, like, push into the ground and, like, leave their own sort of divots. And with that momentum, swings through with the greatsword to try and connect with you. And does a 14 hit. Actually, more than a 14. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see. That actually does a 21 hit.
Let's find out. No. My tail comes and bats it away.
Hey, the tail!
AC to 22.
Ooh, just... Alright, so, like, tries to check you, you hold your ground, the sword comes through, and you knock it higher up above you as it comes through, as these two monstrous, like, beasts, some part human, some part other, are now battling out in this moonlight glade that's happening. And we go up to the top of the turn, which has an interesting moment here, as yeah, actually no, it's gonna be Jesse. 2 seconds, I need to do a little bit. All right, good. Yes, so it's gonna be Jesse's turn to start off. Cool. That's and let me go. Yeah, it would be Jesse's turn to start off, and seeing the battle now happening with Glim is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, is able to get into space and even move into flank this werebear, and is going to swing in. What's that you post in there?
My kitten was cute and I wanted to share.
Good. Love to hear that. All right, so Jesse's going to be able to swing twice. 1, 2, and take the best option here. I do not have her goddamn greatsword equipped, so I don't know. I didn't have the stuff available. Cool. So that is actually going to connect in and going to do 1, 2, 6. So Jesse, seeing that this thing is distracted in what appears like a very sort of like paladin behavior, comes in and takes the opportunity of the distracted opponent to just kind of woof and just like get into like the kidneys and whatnot. But the thick sort of muscled knotted flesh of this bear, this werebear, doesn't allow the blade to really sink in enough, but there's still a blade that goes through, where a solid 9 damage is put down on the werebear. And it's over to Ashy.
Emmy's before me.
Oh, yes, Emmy, of course, my bad. I did
No
not
worries.
add Jesse into the initiative order that I was working off of yet. That's why I got all... I jumped in. But yeah,
Like,
so
next is...
what's on the hap? What's going on?
All right, so Emmy is going to first shout to Jesse and Ashy. I told you I could fly. Because I forgot to say that last turn, so it's a bit delayed. It's like, whoa, did you see that? They're probably pretty distracted though.
Yeah, Jesse is
He's
like...
not. No, I totally was...
Yeah, Ashy's probably like from the bushes, like little like thumbs up, and
Little thumbs
whatnot.
up,
But
'cause we're
Jesse is
connected mentally.
full focused on like the opponent that's going on right now.
SMH.
Yeah. I know.
I'm gonna use my full movement to get in to
5,
range.
10, 15, 20, 25. Where do you want to be at?
I want to be closer to Jesse than Glim.
Okay. You want to be here, or I think you can even get here.
Yeah, that's fine. That
Okay,
works.
cool. 5, 10,
Alrighty.
20, 25.
And I
30,
would
yeah.
like to attempt to cast Shocking Grass.
All right.
Shock this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And I will use Bless to hopefully be able
Hopefully
to
bump
hit
it up.
Yay!
I cannot
So
believe
that
it.
should put me at a 14.
You are able to grab this bear in a
Yes.
shocking manner.
For 10 damage.
Whew.
Zzz.
So yeah, while like this bear is like fully kind of like focused, both you and Jesse take the opportunity to like get your kind of cheap shots in, and you're able to like lay your palm like flat on this bear, and you can feel the like, as much as he's been getting like beat up by like a lot of stuff, still seeming totally healthy. Breathe, like the large breathing of this thing is not been changed at all. It seems nearly unfazed by the amount of damage that has occurred, and you let your magic course through it, and you can even feel the muscles spasm slightly as the shocking grasp damage goes through.
Oof.
Over
And
to
that's my turn.
over to Ashy.
Okay, so just a quick check. Am I using my bonus action to rehide at the end of each turn, or you're just giving that to me to...
I basically
don't move.
saying that if you move, you then have to rehide.
Okay, so I can just stay here, not use my movement, and use both my action and bonus action to attack and stay hidden.
Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to check if I needed to save my bonus action for the stealth roll. Was where I was really getting at.
Yeah, it's basically I'm imagining that like if you need to reinitiate one, I'll give you a heads up when that's the case.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna roll on d20 plus 6 for the first attack. Now 20 for my first attack.
Okay.
Let's get that double on my stealth hit here.
You're
So
doing
one-
psychic damage, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Cool.
So roll 4d6 plus 3, and this is doubled. So 26 damage.
Right. You said
Oh wait,
26
no.
damage.
23 damage because not to double the 3. We don't
Right, yes.
double that.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so 23 damage. So, with the amount of distractions that's happening, you're able to, like, really narrow in, and connect in a strong manner. I think that you almost, like, the tracer shot goes out and, like, connects and kind of slices up, and then
Nice.
flies off into the darkness behind. But, like, there's a nasty gash now across the throat that like even like warrants a response from the werebear, who like grasps at it like kind of like for a moment and then like resets.
Okay. And then my second roll.
Yes.
15. So I should hit. What is my alt? A d4.
That does hit. Yeah.
And it's just another 4.
Just another 4 damage. Okay. So then the other one doesn't quite have exactly the aim because of this thing kind of like reacting and responding. You kind of like peg it inside of one of the shoulders. A little bit of extra damage. Over to... That would be Strixie now.
Y'all are like super close to this thing.
Yes.
We don't
Except
shatter
me.
our friends.
Most of the time.
I think I just shatter them.
I would like to Hexblade's Curse.
Are you within
Please and thank you.
range? You need to move 10 feet before you can do that.
Okay, I would like to move 10 feet.
So
Actually,
5. Hmm?
yeah, I want to be like in between the thing in the middle and the rocks, but like like the bottom right quadrant of the
Here?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, you can do that. You're definitely within range. Boom. Yeah.
Okay. And I would like to curse him,
Mm-hmm.
curse them, and I suppose. Oh, no, I will cast. Armor of Agathis on myself.
All right.
That's my action.
Sounds good. Interesting. Okay.
And I
So
think that's my turn.
I think that's the first time you've cast Armor of Agathis.
No?
No?
No, she's done it before.
She's done it before? Okay.
I've done.
So yeah, there's this like again with all this like icy sort of like energy that's happening. I imagine even like you could even have it so that like the curse goes out and like you're stealing some of the vitality and energy from this werebear and like encasing yourself in it. Basically, like you could even have like a shadowy like bear pelt come over top. Off of like all that energy that's happening. So yes, and good. Very good. Over to cultist. So the cultist that was praying at the pillar. Strixie, roll a perception check. Okay, so you don't see it happen, but you start to hear this horrible cry from behind you. This sort of distorting sound as you turn to look. Like, you can't see from behind the pillar, but you see the shadow cast from the moon, and it's a man who's reaching out and put his hand on the pillar. And this shadow warps and contorts into a very different form.
You can see that screen if you don't want us to see it.
Whatever. You know what? You're gonna have to at some
I
point.
just double check it.
And and this cultist has their form changed into that of a upright wolf and howls. But because of the sudden, because his asking for a blessing from the moon itself provided him that. However, the transformation was so brutal, is unable to act. Right. So
So we touch the pillar and we turn into things?
he prayed to the moon to provide them a blessing, and a blessing was given. Yes. So, Glim, it's your turn.
I will smack this thing twice.
All right.
I have flanking, right?
You do have flanking, yes. A few times over. Oh, there goes Strixie.
Oh no.
Oh
Here,
no.
just eating.
It's this close to touching the you don't get to choose what type of were creature you become. For all you know,
I mean,
you can
dream.
become. Yeah, you can dream. This is true. Whole lycanthrope
I
party.
mean, but
25.
creature.
Yeah, you can turn into some weird thing. Strixie, you are aware that your cam shut down?
Yeah, she's eating, she said.
Oh, you're eating. Okay, my bad. I didn't catch that. I have like so many different
Yeah.
things. Cool. Okay.
Got NPCs.
27
And-
to hit.
Yeah, definitely. No problem.
16, 3 frost. 13
Okay, got you.
slashing.
So the slashing effect has a difficult time, much like you saw with like Jesse, like slashing in, that this is just a very strong creature with like fortified flesh that's kind of like that's happening here. That like this is a hardy creature, so your blade has a hard time really digging in and like catching. But the frost rime around it seems to have a pretty good effect on there. So that would be. Oops, cool.
It's half, it'd be 10. 7 and 3.
Right, but the frost is a different type of damage.
Yeah. But the frost will
the-
be
Oh,
half.
yeah, exactly. It is 10. Perfect. Cool.
Second. 14.
Yeah, you connect. Jesse casting almost like that little bit of like glow that you saw before, still kind of shimmering in her eyes, looks over to your second attack with a knowing look of like you're gonna hit this.
8.
That is indeed 8 damage.
And that will be my turn. I don't think I can do a bonus action.
I mean, you probably just don't have anything bonus action
Yeah.
worthy. Okay. So these cultists, seeing their former brother to the moon, change before them, are instantly horrified and move over to attack this individual. I'm just moving them both at the same time because they have both of their turns. And let's see how they do.
Wait, they're attacking the guy that just turned?
Yes.
Yes, his blessing was quite the blessing.
Okay.
They're uncertain about what's happening, and literally none of the you'd assume that if they are attacking this individual, it's a very distinct notion that, hey, they've never fucking touched the pillar the entire time, and they are never supposed to. So, things have gone badly, at the very least. And you know what? I'm gonna say they're smart enough to give each other flanking, at least. I'll say that much.
Is Ashy, like, standing in the bushes, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Ashley, you saw the full, like, kneeled at the pillar, and then, like, staring up with, like, terrified, mad eyes, and, like, putting their hand out on the pillar that had, like, a sort of, like, cool, sort of blue energy go over it, and, like, a momentary calm goes over this person's face, and then the horror as they feel their bones start to contort and their flesh change, as they are suddenly being changed into something entirely different.
I have to imagine she's like, I knew they were werewolves.
Right, yeah, it's like, yes, this is the confirmation that they were werewolves.
And then I see them attacking him, like,
You're
that's
like,
strange.
yeah, that doesn't make sense. Cool, and okay. So the first cultist comes in and is instantly being like, we need to put this individual down. This is incredibly bad news. And slashes down with the scimitar and connects, but you can see that it's not exceptionally effective. Only doing... Let me actually pull up these. Okay, cool. Need to set a little bit up because this is a many moving parts fight. Okay. Yeah, seemingly like it cuts in, but like doesn't have any sort of like lasting effect on there. And the other guy, whom was looking at Lucy for some sort of direction, seemingly hasn't really used this weapon and thought that it like entirely swings down with nowhere near enough force to actually create a wound. So yeah, that's what's happening there. And let's see if they start there. How fast? Hey Ashy, perception check.
Sure. 21.
Okay. Awesome and good. What you see is a particularly large wolf that has been bounding through the forest and seemingly is coming your way right over here.
Cool.
Cool. Cool.
I don't have an opportunity to like use a reaction to say something mentally to us.
Oh, you
Jesse, or-
totally could. Yeah.
Okay. I will call out to Jesse mentally and be on your 6 in the woods is another werewolf. Also, behind the pillars, another werewolf. And that actually, Emmy and Jesse are right next to each other, so I'd say that to both of them simultaneously.
Oh, okay, cool. So that means, Emmy, yeah, because you called that out, like, everyone knows where this, like...
Well,
this...
I mean, it's behind them, but I don't know if they're gonna actually, be
yeah,
able to
like,
turn around from there.
At the very least, I'm basically, like, saying, like, it's on the map, you can see it on the map. Cool. Is more the idea, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can't see it, but only you can see it, like,
Yeah,
tiresome.
cool. I just wanted to...
But
that
yeah,
would be my
you see these lupine eyes staring out from the underbrush, with just the same sort of, like, deep-seated anger that the werebear had, functioning there. So, yeah. Speaking of the werebear, seeing as Glim has changed form, there's this strange look of recognition to what's occurring, and fully wheels around to connect with Emmy, and trying to fucking decapitate her, and hoping that they do.
Oh, in hand. You get a nat 20.
No.
Oh, well, nat 1?
No, I did. So this greatsword comes around with such force that, like, Emmy went from being like, I have my hand on this thing and I have, like, flanking and whatnot, to suddenly seeing this scintillating blade cutting through the darkness towards her. And it is going to do... okay. Okay, cool. So this blade fully connects with Emmy, doing 28 damage?
Holy You wanted to be in melee.
That's what you get for that Bloodborne gif.
Fucking feels like it.
Yes.
Ouch.
Spoiler. Pain.
Are you down, or?
No, I have 4 HP though.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna say that the blade essentially cuts through so severely that the force continues on into Jessie for the next attack.
You're like holding your throat because you said beheading her, so.
Yeah, almost that's like what was occurring, where it's almost like a full, like, batter swing, where, like, you fundamentally feel like your neck, like, it probably hit your shoulder and then, like, carried on and you just kind of got floored. And then it hits over into Jessie. Fairly sizably also. Not quite as much, but it is... so that was 12 damage on you. So, luckily, decided to not do the second attack on you because that was definitely going to put you out. But another 12 damage heads over to Jessie, who's able to, like, just hearing your kind of pained grunt is able to take enough time to, like, get in the way and at least put something in the way, and, like, her arm gets fucking rocked by this greatsword. Yes, so that's the werebear's turn over. Over to Emmy. What's your play?
Isn't it Jessie?
It's Jessie. Okay. Jessie.
We'll remind you.
Thank you. Thanks. Thanks.
I don't know the order for the cultist, though. I just know the wolf was first, and the other two were kind of like there.
Yes. Everyone remembers that Jessie is before any of the stuff that's happening. Jessie's going to see you fall and quickly, like, grab you before, like, you pretty much even hit the ground, and you see this energy coursing through her hand into you, and is going to dump 15 points of lay on hand on you. And it's strange, the feeling that's kind of coming over, because you're like, this is meant to help me, but there's this strange chill up your spine, and, like, your hair stands on end, where you're like, this is not right. As this sort of, like, green energy courses over you, and the major wound that you have, like, seals itself and closes up. Uh,
Thank you,